Anybody got a shout out?
Define a shout out.
Okay, so at the start of the meeting, partly because I'm a teacher and I know that students come in like 5-10 minutes late half the time, as is the same case with meetings. And it's just a good way to start. Shout outs is just anyone that's done anything positive for you over the last month, because we do these every month. So I'll start with one. There's been a bunch of teams, unprecedented teams, like the number of teams that have come over and merged with us, guilds that have come over, and Pet has been instrumental in finding a lot of them. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Pet for finding more good people for the community.
What?
He also gave me some great feedback in terms of like structure and other guild management stuff that I appreciate. I mean, I got 7 shout outs tonight, so I'll just keep going if no one else is gonna. All right, I'll let you guys think about something that someone has done nice, like in Mythic Plus, or like like a guy that didn't need their Mythic Weekly, but they came and tanked for you anyway, that kind of stuff, right? Or different teams helping each other out, whatever. I'll talk a little bit while you're thinking about it. So the other shout outs I got one for Solari, because he's come to a lot of the guild merger meetings and done a really good job of representing the guild. There's been a number of people that have popped in and said hi, which thank you to all of you, but I think Solari came to the most of them, and then he was also saying awesome stuff, so appreciate him. Want to say thanks to all the new people. I don't know how many are actually in this meeting. This meeting is sparsely attended compared to some of the others, although I'm guessing people will continue to join. But a lot of new people that have been coming in, so just want to thank them for being here. And there's a lot of teams that were kind of dipping in, help to absorb the handful of guilds that we got. So
I have a shout out.
Go for it.
I have a shout out for Azza, who my Twitter spot was vacated very suddenly, and Azza stepped up right away and has taken over. So yay, Azza.
He's doing a great job too, I think.
Yeah, except his transmog's ugly.
Tweeting.
Whoa, that's below the belt. Come on now. Come on.
Tweeting fire memes.
All right, I got a shout out for Z-Boot. He's been doing a bunch of work with the website. We got two new heroic teams, which obviously I'll talk about in a little bit. But that's a lot of work setting up all the. He's got a system where he gets everything set up, but it is a lot of paperwork to get new teams set up on the website. So I want to thank him for that and working with the various people to get the. There's a bunch of other stuff he's been doing too, but just managing the website, and so he does website, Twitch, overseeing Twitch website, and then Discord, and of course he has his crew working with him. But he's kind of the one that oversees that, so it's quite a bit of work. He's been busy this month.
Yes, he has. I'd also like to thank Z-Boot for constantly taking care of all the stuff I've been requesting of him lately.
I'll second that as well. Both Z-Boot and Sari are always ready and willing to help out whenever I have an issue with something on the website or need assistance. Help, I lost my password.
For the 4th time in 1 month.
Wow.
Oh, no, it hasn't been
funny.
that bad. It hasn't been that bad.
It's been a while since the last reset.
It's been a while since I've lost one. But anyway, thank you guys. You're appreciated.
Shout out for Jessica. She's made a bunch of feasts for the teams. I don't know, some teams aren't taking it, but I'm working to try to get some sort of banking stuff set up. But each team can take 10 feasts every week, and that's something we're going to hopefully have ongoing. And we're looking for more bankers to do other stuff. But so if you're interested in banking, and I'll talk about that a little more later on, but just shout out to Jessica for doing a lot of work getting those feasts, and she's doing a lot of her own farming and stuff to provide them. So in the Royal Emissary tab, the BOE Exchange is what it's called. There's feasts that are being dropped in there that your team leads can use. So
And I want to thank Titan for that too, because a lot of the stuff that I use to make that comes from my team, Titan.
yeah.
So, and please, people volunteer to help with bank stuff, because we'd like to do more than just feasts.
For sure. And shout out to Titan just for a lot of the raiders that they've developed that have gone into other teams. For example, the team lead of E-Team now came from Titan, developed there, got better at playing, moved to a team, tanked there, did awesome, and of course, natural leader. And things happen when you're a natural leader around here. So
I don't know about great, but mediocre. I would like to thank all the people who've been helping out E-Team. We've been a little bit light on our roster, as I know a lot of teams are struggling with that. So thanks for everyone who've loaned me your raiders, or for all of our non-rating folks that have come and volunteered and helped out. We've really, really appreciated it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and shout out to Nova too, who is also on Titan, but another group of people that are likely going to come over that Nova was connected to. So would end up being our 5th guild merge. Well, it's going to be in September now, but in the last month basically. So hopefully that'll pan out. But thanks for setting that up. If you guys, so this is getting into meeting stuff, but if you do know any team that's out there that's looking for a large, stable atmosphere that doesn't fall apart, because we have, you know, a fun group of people here, feel free to send them my way. Other shout outs. I got one more, but anyone else?
Yeah, I got one. Shout out to Alessandra for being patient and helping me with the social stuff and everything. It's been fun.
Oh, you've been helping me. Thanks.
Shout out each other. It's fine.
Works for me.
Pat each other on the back. All right, and the last one, which super exciting tonight, we're going to have a special announcement. I hope we're ready for it because we've been talking about it furiously for the last few days. I think it's something that's going to make everybody kind of excited and happy to participate in. But and there's a lot more people involved in this, but it was Ace Crusaders' idea, and then Henry kind of followed up and got some. It was a skeleton, and then it got the meat on it from Henry, right? So, and there's been a bunch of other people involved, but there's gonna be a special announcement later. So I just want a huge shout out to all. Zenari was working on that. Hani, there's a bunch of people that were working on that, but super excited for the special announcement that we're gonna have in a little bit later. That's all my shout outs. Anyone else got some more before we move on to promotions?
Yeah, thanks to Sari and Z-Boot for helping me get back on track with the Twitch after I had yet another surgery in the last month. So thanks to literally those two for, picking it back up after I left off.
All right, last chance. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do my promotions first and then pound through them because I got a bunch. Actually, is Madge in here?
She is not. She
All right.
said that she wasn't feeling well and was going to go to bed.
Right, she was going to try to get up. She's had some personal stuff where she's on some medication, makes her a little bit tired, so that's why she's not here tonight. But anyway, all right, so number of promotions. First off, Magic is now team lead of U-Team, so congratulations, Magic. He is not here, obviously, because he's running his raid right now. Numalek, if I said that name right, he is the new team lead of G-Team, Gallant, and it's a Wednesday heroic team. So congratulations on that. Ariok already promoted, but he's same rank, different group, but he's doing, which is a really cool, first time we've done this, it's like an internal only team. So it's for Mythic Raiders that want to raid heroic, like with alt, but it's going to be like a pretty serious hardcore team, and the point of it is to like have alts that are ready to main swap if needed. So you can talk to him. It's not like a normal team. So like you need to have another main raiding in Mythic to be on this team, and because they're not going to talk about mechanics and stuff, they're just going to presume you know all the mechanics, and they will probably get into Mythic some too. So thanks for creating that team for us. So that's a quasi, I don't know, not really promotion, extra work with not extra promotion. So awesome. Leah is in charge of the social media. She is our official RE. So we used to have all media kind of grouped into one category, and right now we've kind of split them up into two. So we have social media and we have media. And I already talked about Z-Boot's areas that he's overseeing, and then Leah is Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or I don't know if Instagram, but other things we're going to break off into. So she's in charge of kind of like the face of the guild, and the Z-Boot's kind of like in charge of the back inner workings. So both of those promotions, so congratulations on that. And then Kalia, Madge isn't here to promote or say congratulations on the promotion, but Kalia is working with the recruitment. She's the assistant recruitment lead now. So Madge is overseeing guild recruitment, and then Kalia is helping her. If you haven't noticed, if you look at the website, Kalia is doing a lot of the posting, putting it in the spreadsheet, and she will be giving us an update later on. But congratulations on all those promotions. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone, but anyone that's got a Templar, anyone else that's being promoted, or if I missed someone that I shouldn't have, feel free to let us know.
E-Team has finally chosen a raid leader and ambassador. So Beard Forge, the ambassador / recruitment officer, and Balthazar, my raid leader.
Congrats, guys.
Congrats. Any others?
Congrats on more work.
Yeah, neither one of them are here, of course.
Fine, give them even more work. That's the best time to do it.
I take it back then.
They're East Coasters. I'll give them a break.
Go away.
So am I.
Excuses.
Friday, 3-day weekend, no excuse.
I'm an East Coaster and I'm still here.
See?
And I'm ready to leaving at the same time. Sort of. It's a fun.
Dude.
And I took medicine and I'm extremely tired.
You need to share.
She's a lightweight. She took half a Benadryl and she's dying.
All right. Any other promotions? Any other promotions?
Yeah, I have one. The community coordination crew, I guess, is kind of what we've decided to call ourselves. But Taro is actually going to be promoted. He's been doing his Friday run for a month now, and it's been going really well. So he's going to be promoted to Templar. He's not here though, but when you see him, congratulate him.
I have a promotion. Daria has been promoted to Templar. She's been with social media since the early this year, and she's part of the Facebook team. So yay!
I am a Facebook.
Thank you. All right. Any others?
Also in the wrong spot.
All right, let's move on. Can we get someone other than me, because I'm talking, to link the agenda into the general Discord area, just so people that are looking for the agenda, it's on the website. It gets listed it's like 4 or 5 days out. We list it, post it, so people can see the agenda beforehand. But so if someone could link that, it's all, out in the open. And of course, if people want to bring stuff up, there's a few days to do that with me. Before we get into the meat of the meeting, is there anyone that has special announcements about anything going on? No, good. We have a special announcement in a minute, but so let's do reports quick then. And then of course, like, if you have something, feel free to send me a telling game or whatever when someone else is talking, and we can, if you need to say something. But so State of the Guild. There was some definite bumps this month. For those of you who know what happened, there's a person that was in leadership that was removed. If you know what the situation was, it was something that was kind of long overdue, and it was. I really don't take things lightly like that, and I really tried to explore every possible option, and it just came to a point where I really felt like, for the best of the community, I had to do something after talking to the individual for a number of times. So that's helped ease some tension. Don't mean to sweep it under the rug. If you have questions about how we make decisions around here or why something was made, I'm always open to feedback. Always want to consider another person's perspective. Doesn't mean I'm always going to, let you have your way. But there was some friction in terms of team leads working together and some professionalism stuff, and it was all kind of centered around one person. That one person is no longer here, and things are going really well. I definitely say everything's, in the green. We're doing great as a community. It's exciting to get some new people in. I would say, as a whole, I've never seen this big of a drop off this early in a tier. There's a lot of teams that were really struggling. I played since beta, right? I've never seen a tier start and then have this many people quit this fast. It's been really demoralizing, and I think anyone that's in here that's rated on a team knows exactly what I'm talking about in terms of just people disappearing. Like I said at the beginning of the meeting, huge shout out to the people that are coming over. I really want to encourage people, and I'm looking to promote, and again, I'll talk about some of the other help wanted stuff later on, but I really am looking to promote and have someone that is specifically going out to other teams and other groups of people that are looking for a community like ours, and hooking up with us and talking. It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll always work out, but to help kind of fill out some stuff. And it's the kind of thing that we're not going to do all the time, right? Like, sometimes we have full rosters and we don't need it, but we definitely want to keep the team, the community healthy and vibrant. And by the way that we do that is by going out and attracting other people coming in, right, that have new ideas, new leadership talent, et cetera, et cetera. I say this over and over again, the biggest limiting factor for the community is the kind of leaders we have. And the reason this community is so great is because we have phenomenal leaders. We're always looking for more, because there's sooner or later there's going to be a team lead that, they've got to move on, et cetera, et cetera. So please, if you know someone that would be a good fit for the community, a good fit for what we're trying to accomplish here, please let them know. But in terms of progression, S team just got 7 and 9, so we're right there. The last two, there's a bunch of other teams that are, nipping at the heels, trying to keep up. Getting Sazine down, working on that. In terms of collaboration, there's been a number of team swaps happening, stuff like that. Things are going pretty well. Sometimes it's just not a good fit for someone on a team, and I really appreciate when team leads are connecting with each other and helping everybody find a place. So that's been awesome. And professionalism, it's always kind of walking on a razor blade, right? In terms of, you got to have freedom and be able to have fun, but you also got to have restraint. And I see some people say things in guild chat every now and then, but it doesn't seem too restrictive. I don't feel like people are going around policing each other, but they also are being respectful, right? And so if I know that there's tells happening that are saying, hey, that's, for some of the new people as they're trying to navigate. And again, we want to have, just to reiterate, this community is about people wanting to log into the game and wanting to keep logging into the game. That's how we do what we do, right? If you're in a community where you don't want to log in, it causes problems all around, right? So that's why we have professionalism, because it really helps facilitate an atmosphere where no matter who you are, no matter what your political, religious, et cetera, beliefs are, you want to be logging into the game and having fun. So yes, that means that you can't talk about certain things, and it is a bit of a culture shock for someone that's used to 20 people online and they have 200 people online, right? But we're doing a really good job of policing each other and maintaining a really good positive atmosphere, which helps us get through a tier that is completely slaughtering a bunch of these other guilds, and it's really tough. But thanks to the new people coming in and thanks to the atmosphere we've been able to maintain, thanks to the good leadership, to the really good work with recruitment from a lot of people in the community, I would definitely say there's still some teams hurting that could use more people, but as a whole, we're doing really, really well considering the circumstances and where the game's at right now. So pat yourself on the back. And with that, I think that's all I've got. Belle, what do you got for us?
Okay. Endless Kingdom has been growing and growing and growing, and through the sponsorship program, we've gotten a lot of people who have brought in friends and family, and it's just a vibrant community within Eternal Kingdom, and I'm really excited to see how it's shaping up. That said, I'd kind of like to see more structured things happening, functions happening in Endless Kingdom to support those people. So if you have ideas of what we should be doing in Endless Kingdom, please let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I'm also needing some help on a couple of things. I'm looking for someone who would come in and help manage the rosters in the guild info section. Also, we're looking for help for social apps. I know Alessandro will talk about that in a little bit, but we're always needing more help with social apps. And then the last thing I have is we have a veteran rank for retired raiders in Endless Kingdom, and I've only had a couple of people promoted to veteran rank, so I know there's more people out there that deserve that rank, and I'm looking for those recommendations. That's all I've got.
Cool. Thanks, Belle. Recruitment, Majestus is not here, but I think Kalia, you're going to do it for her.
Yeah, she gave me a few things that she wanted me to say. It didn't look like it was a whole lot, though. She just wanted me to let the team leads and recruiters know that they're doing a good job with keeping up communication with the apps for the most part. But she would like to see some responses back on the apps or in the admin comments for us, so that we can more know what's going on with each of the apps. Many of the teams are hurting for players, and if you're in a Pug Mythic Plus or Raid and you see a good player, you can chat with them about EK and see if we can't recruit some of them. And that was all she had.
Cool, thank you. So yeah, leadership, we have a spreadsheet where we kind of keep track of recruits, and we have a place that we can enter it in. And also, depending on your team, different teams are set up different ways. Some teams your recruitment stuff is actually like open to the public. Everyone can see it. Some of them it's just open to your team. Some of it's just open to the guild. But make sure we're communicating. What's going on with the apps. I know there was a comment where like a team denied an app and they didn't really say anything, and it could have potentially been one to go to somewhere else. So especially if you know someone that's trying to get on a team and it doesn't work out, like encourage them to check out the other teams in the community, because there's we try to find a spot for everyone. As long as they're going to agree to the 3 pillars and add something to the community, we want them here, and we'll work to find a place for them. So keep that in mind. Don't let someone get too discouraged. It's not too hard to get in here, and if you're consistent and reliable and anywhere decent in terms of playing the game, you're for sure going to be able to get on a team. So if you, like I said, encourage your friends if they didn't get in the first time to keep trying. Alessandra for Guild Sponsorship Program.
Okay, so guild sponsorship, first of all, as Belle mentioned, we absolutely do need help. I'm going to be moving, so I'm going to be offline for a short time. My team will love that. But if you would like to help out with getting some new people included into the guild, and there's a few other small tasks that we're working on, I absolutely would love to have you come help out. We have brought in, besides all of the extra guilds that we've been getting, which I know some of them have chosen to be raiders and some have chosen to be more social, but we've brought in about 9 or so new people since the last guild meeting. So it's really nice to see some new faces, some of which may be interested in raiding in the future. So that's always a good thing. Z-Boot's been helping me out with setting up a sponsorship section, because there's still a lot of people who have a lot of questions in regards to how it works. And so we have that. It's under the guild general section. There's actually a thing that says sponsorship, and there is a post in there to help out, and there is going to be more informational things coming as necessary as questions come up and people aren't quite understanding how this works or that works. So we'll spell it all out, make it nice and easy for everyone. We're also going to be doing something a little bit different with some surveys for some of the new people, trying to see, what they see in the guild, what they like, what we could be adding, as Belle mentioned, trying to get a few extra, activity options or ideas going for Endless Kingdom. So hopefully we'll get some good responses and get a few extra things going on for that. Other than that, I can't think of anything else.
Can you give us so what Alessandra does is anyone that's not, that it's a friend, right? It's like the friend family rank. And can you give us like a 20-second, just real quick, if I have a friend that I want to have join the guild, can you just give us like a quick 20-second what I'm supposed to do in as concise a way as possible?
Okay, so if you have somebody that you want to join the guild, they need to fill out an application, which is the same as anybody who is joining as a raider. And you would help them out with getting, their Discord, green wall, and basically just showing them around the guild so that they understand all these fun runs and other cool things that we have going on, so that they can be involved and active. Typically, you need to be a veteran rank or a Grand Army rank or above to sponsor someone. But ideally, if you've been in the guild for a while, you probably have tons of friends who are of one of those ranks that would be eligible. And if this is something that's family, especially, come to me about it, and we'll get it figured out for you. So do check out the post. I think I posted it last guild meeting, but now it's in a nice, easy to find spot. So if you are looking to bring somebody in, please do it. Even, bringing them to our things like the fun runs and the militia runs. Those are good ways to introduce them to how to become, what the guild's all about and how to become a member and all that fun stuff.
And if you don't know where stuff's posted, there's a guild info section. It's just any guild member can see it. It just says guild info. There's a lot of stuff posted in there. There's a lot of inner workings when you have a community this large, lots of traffic directing, right? It's like you need more street lights when you get a bigger town, right? And so we got, those info posts are kind of like street lights, kind of help people know where to go. So the stuff's all listed if you're looking for something specific, and we're looking at doing more stuff, right? Like getting a leadership someone brought up the idea of having all the leadership for the different guild functions posted somewhere so everybody can see it. We're working on doing some of those things to direct traffic. But if you have anything that you're not sure about, just make sure you're asking in Discord. We talked about, or might talk to you about ZBoot about starting like an Ask Me Any Question channel for Discord. But if there's someone that doesn't know how to do something, ask around. If you know how to do it, or if you're not sure but you know who to talk to, make sure we're helping direct that traffic. But we do like having those friends and family members coming in and all the other stuff that people need to learn when they're coming in, because that's how we keep the community going strong. Lots of friends and family end up being raiders, etc. too, right? All right, thank you, Alessandra. ZBoot.
Okay, so the main things I want to touch on is just basically first of all, the Discord cleanup that normal members I wouldn't have noticed as much, but generally, like basically overall, the entire Discord permission structure is cleaned up and made visible so people know which channel they can actually do what in. That list is also the welcome channel, and it's going to stay consistent like that for new channels or channels being changed. In addition to that, some of you might have seen on the side, on a moderator, there's Court Jester, the bot. It's a custom bot I've been working on for the past week or so, on and off. Right now, it doesn't have that much functionality. There's functionality for team leads to change permissions without actually having to go through the menu, and to create polls, and that's it. So if anybody actually has suggestions what we can do with the bot, especially more things to keep Discord interactive, then always send them my way. And if you want to actually code one of those commands, then I can also get you started with that, because it's pretty easy to just get going with that and just plug it into the working bot. If you have any questions regarding the bot, you can just like message me around there. In addition to that, there's also now a stockade rank in Discord, which is exactly the same as in game. When somebody's stockade, they can't speak in any text channel and they cannot gain any roles. They can still get removed from other roles, but they can't gain any new ones while they're stockaded. Ambassador up can, at the moment, use this rank. 10% below can't at this point. And then I wanted to touch on Twitch a bit.
So right now, we do have a Twitch channel. It is EK Rating on Twitch. We have currently ZBoot and Stein from O-Team doing a couple of streams, probably about 3 days out of the week. And what we're really looking for is anybody who would like to stream, who has the ability to show that we are a very diverse guild. No matter what team it is, it could be Titan, it could be Ascension, you could be on Militia. Doesn't really matter. It can be the fun run. We would love to see the variety of the guild go ahead and stream, so you can get with me or Serenity or even ZBoot when he has the time, because he's doing many different things, and we'll help you either get started or if you're already streaming, help you point in the right direction to get you taken care of.
Cool, thanks. So if you do want to talk, or if you know someone that's going to Twitch stream, or if you want to do it yourself, talk to ZBoot or Solari, because we'd really like to beef that up and get that going a little better. Leia, social media.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Keep my stuff hold up. All right. So I already talked about Daria. I'm going to put the links in Discord again. So. Okay, so we have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube going on right now. After last meeting, Zanari came up to me and she said she was interested in helping. So Zanari is now running our Instagram, so thank you so much, Zanari, you're the best. So if you haven't checked it out, you definitely want to follow it. We have our own little continuing adventures of Gutted. If you don't know who Gutted is, it's ZBoot's son.
He's the best.
What?
Yeah. You have to follow.
God,
You'll love
it's
it.
adorable.
Yeah. So, also, Inri posted something on the screenshot Discord, just so everybody knows. If you put anything in the screenshot channel on Discord, it may end up on Instagram. If you see one of your pictures on Instagram and have a problem, please contact Zanari or myself. I did mention earlier that Azza is now taking over Twitter. He's doing a fantastic job, so thank you so much, Azza. Facebook, Fayrana has joined the social media team. She'll be working on Facebook with different features, so stay tuned for that. The one thing I'd like to start doing with Facebook is I do want to feature our raid teams. So if you're a team leader or ambassador, please get in touch with me. Some of the things I'm looking to include are like the team history, so like the year formation progression history, what your current rating goals are, and a team picture. I just think it's kind of nice to put like a little more detail on a page than just like, you know, here's what we're recruiting. It just kind of tell more about you, and it might get more people in, or maybe people just generally interested in your team. So for you two, I'm going to throw it over to Wraithar.
Sure. So, a couple of things. I'm currently going through the YouTube actual creator, like channel creator classes, for lack of a better term, and I'm trying to kind of distill what they're doing, which is quite a bit of information, down into, you know, something that's a bit more manageable, and try to get it into a here's things to do, here's things not to do, especially when it comes to stuff like music and whatnot, because YouTube is very strict about it. Twitch less so, because it, you know, there's no real monetization on it, but YouTube, you know, you can very easily get your channel prohibited from uploading stuff if you've got too many copyright claims. So I'm going to try to get as much of that as I can into a document that people that are looking to be content creators for YouTube and whatnot, so that we can kind of do that. The other one is I'm trying to get and find a program that is stable enough and powerful enough for doing some more advanced video editing without being way too much for the, you know, the normal person. So I'm a little behind on that, I will not lie. Work's kind of sucked and kicked my ass, but you know, I'm trying to catch up and do as much of it as I can, so that we've got people that are interested in being content creators and posting stuff. You know, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to do some playlists for, you know, kill videos. If you've got stuff that you're looking to feature, like a team video, kind of like what Zate did when we had like the overall guild video, and you've got one specifically for a team, we can start working on that. And I also found a way that we can kind of get everybody's videos, you know, from their disparate people to me, so that I can get it on the channel, and then it's, you know, kind of going from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray. Okay, so we have the contest going for Twitter. So our contest winner was Navex. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So congratulations, you won the 50k gold. If you're on here right now, get in touch with Inri. She has it. And so we're also starting a new contest now. This is for Instagram. And then you get a chance to win a trading card game pet. It is the Spellbook. So I'm going to link this now. And actually, Court Jester already did. So thanks, Z. So yeah. So go ahead and do that. You have a month. Yeah, and that's everything.
Cool. Thank you very much, social media team. And then guild events, Henry.
Oh, sorry, I was typing aggressively. Okay, hold on 1 second here.
Not just typing aggressively.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down again. My Jesus. To my promotion. Tara was the only actual person that I had to technically promote, but because I get flustered at these meetings, I forgot to mention everybody else. So Tara was promoted because of his Friday run. Kaylee, if I'm pronouncing that right, she ended up taking over the 9 p.m. Friday fun run, so that's been a lot of fun for everybody, I think, no pun intended. There's currently no longer any more brigade runs on Monday or Sundays. We're going to put that kind of on the back burner for now and then try to revisit it, hopefully in a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and then kind of see where we're at, and hopefully there's interest for it. We're also trying to get a new LFR tour off the ground. It doesn't have a set date per se. We're kind of just doing it month by month and deciding what days. We did an experimental one the other day, and that is run by Liriana, who is Jessica's partner, husband, I'm not sure.
Husband.
Okay, sorry.
The next one we're going to do is going to be Sunday at 3 server. So everybody knows, and you know, because I know he had talked about days and times with you.
Yeah, I need to go back through my messages. It's been a busy couple days. You'll see why once we get to the end of this here.
Of course.
But this has been a really busy month for us. We actually did. I kind of wanted to make it corny, I guess. Like we did Meta Achieve August, right? So Jessica did Emerald Nightmare, and I think you did some of Nighthold too for the achievements. Had some good participation for that, and then I think it was last weekend we did a Tomb of Sargeras run. It was the first one of the tier, or the expansion, I guess you could say. So that was really cool. We got the achievement for everybody. Honestly, like with the difficulty of some of those, I was really surprised that we were able to do it. So I'm really, really proud that we were able to do that. And thank you as always to Arth and Z-Boot from O-Team, who basically like raid lead for me and make it just super smooth and super helpful. Arth definitely does not get enough credit. I definitely should have given him a shout out, but he's really an incredible person. So moving on to Trial of Style, that was a really big thing too that we did this past month. We had 34 entries, I want to say, and we had over 50 people who voted, so that was really cool. I would like to see over 50 entries, right? So maybe next time. We had donations from Sari from S Team. He donated the TCG stuff, and then Crypt from our team, who actually, I think he swapped characters, so he's not Crypt anymore. But so thank you to them for the donations. In first place, we had Station. He won the Ogre Pinata. In second place, we had Flap. He won 25K. And then in third place, we had Yuki, who won a Path of Cenarius TCG card. And those pictures, the entries, or the winners rather, you can go back and see. Scroll up a little bit in Guild Events, you can see the ones that they won with.
Feel free to just relink them.
Yeah, so that was really good. That was really it for events. Like we had some stuff here and there. Like we had a seed party, I think. We've got another one of those coming up. We have another EN Nighthold achievement run coming up on the 16th. The 16th is going to be a super busy day. But everything's been running pretty smoothly, honestly. Just a lot of good stuff coming up. This month will probably be kind of light because of what I'm about to talk about next as far as like events that I'm running or anything like that. So as always, I'm always looking for people that want to run stuff. Like if you have an idea of something you want to do, like I guarantee you there's at least one other person in EK that wants to do it with you. It just needs, to be brought to light. So, and then we can get that rolling basically. Do you want me to go into the next thing, Zaid, or do you want to say anything first?
I'll stop because if you're tracking, there's so much stuff going on, right? And there's all these different things and you're like, whoa, this is a lot of stuff. We do have a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of people involved. We got a lot of people doing something to contribute to this community to make it better. So if you're like overwhelmed, don't be overwhelmed. Just pick like one or two things. Maybe like you just want to do like, you want to retweet stuff or you want to get involved somewhere with one specific thing. Talk to someone. Just focus on one or two things you can contribute to make the community better. Like if you want to do a specific event or have an event in mind, you can talk to Henry. But we do have a lot going on. This meeting is, I'm like, wow, this meeting's long because there's so much stuff going on in the community, which is, it's really exciting. And the thing I'm most excited about is about to get announced. But I just want to encourage everyone, like, you don't have to participate in everything. Just pick the thing that excites you the most and get involved somewhere. Because the more we get involved, the more this community is going to grow and the more awesome it's going to be. So, feel free to go back through and we got this thing recorded. If you want to try to find something, you're like, oh yeah, I can talk to that person about this. But I really, really want to encourage you guys. There's a lot going on, but there's tons of more stuff that we could be doing. There's, greatest limiting factor is people that, are willing to lead and help get things going. So really appreciate the awesome team we have doing so many amazing things. But we're always looking for more people to get involved in various ways. However you want, that's going to make the game more enjoyable for you. So without further ado, let's have our special announcement. So back to you, Henry.
Okay, so I'm not really good at talking about like emotional things, so I apologize if I sound like nervous or like I don't really care. So we, in light of everything that happened in Texas, right, these past couple weeks with the hurricane and stuff like that, we decided, a couple of us, we wanted to set up like a fundraiser, kind of like what we did last year with Toys for Tots, which was amazing. I think we raised almost $5,000. That was around the time that I was just coming into EK, so I wasn't a part of the organization for that. I was just one of the, baby people in EK. I was like a squire still, right, that participated. But the feeling that I got from doing that, even if it was just something small, was incredible. It's something that I had never personally experienced before. So I would really encourage, if you're thinking about it, even if you're just thinking about it, participate, right? Like you're literally like doing good for, no good reason. It's a really good thing to do. So what we're going to do basically is a 12-hour stream. Let me post the flyer here really quick. 1 second. but it should be on the front page here in a second. But if you did the Toys for Tots thing, basically what we're going to do is we're going to stream for 12 hours straight, and we're going to have people do key carries. So if this is something that you do already, like, this will be really good for you. We're going to have people in EK be able to sign up with teams that they want. If somebody could link that for me, Leia or somebody. You'll be able to sign up with your team that you've created, and then Z has created a form that people from outside of EK or within EK will be able to go and fill out with the key that they have that week. And then they can basically be put into a queue to have their key carried. And the idea is that all of this will be streamed and that we'll be able to raise money through a donation page that we set up, and I'll get to that in a second, to basically, send some money over there because we can't physically be there. And we do have people in EK who have been affected by this personally, several people across several teams. It's just it's a tragedy, you know what I mean? Like, and there's tons of people that have been displaced from their homes, and it's not like this is something that's going to go away in a couple weeks, a couple months. Like, this is something that's going to affect people for literally years. I actually live in Florida, so I'm familiar with like hurricane season and how that can really, ruin an individual's life or a family's life. So the organization that we decided to go with, this honestly probably was the hardest decision. We looked at a lot of organizations, and we really put a lot of thought into this and looked at their backgrounds, what they do with their money, like what their CEOs make, like where are the funds going, right? Because that's what matters. We decided to go with Direct Relief, who basically the gist of what they do is that they raise money and they create these medical kits that they send to disaster areas to be able to help clinics and things like that of the people that are there, so people can get medical assistance and things like that, to get their life back together, get back on their feet, get back into their communities, and hopefully come back to some semblance of a normal life, right? So the links it did post, right? I'm not looking at the actual front page, but everything should be there on the flyer. I'll post it in general again as well, just so everybody can see it. But yeah, this is something that we kind of decided we want to do. We want to be able to help, like, in whatever way that we can. So hopefully we'll see a lot of participants from within EK and then outside of EK as well. But I would like to encourage everybody. I know I'm personally going to do this, like post this on like your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, send it to people and your friends, the people you went to college with, whatever. Like, they don't have to necessarily play the game, right, to be able to donate and help out like a good cause. Like, like I'm sure that like my mom's going to like, throw some money at it, right? She doesn't care about WoW, but she cares about something like this. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way too, right? They have this money, but they don't really know how to help. Maybe they don't want to just throw money at some org that they don't really know anything about. They may not have time to research. So really try to encourage, feel free to literally post that like anywhere that you want, get the word out, try to create your teams, and hopefully we can do some good because, like at the end of the day, like, yeah, we're here playing a game, right? But the mission statement of EK is, we're here to make the world a better place. And we can do that a lot better together than we can individually.
Awesome. So thank you. I'm super excited about this. Thanks, Henry and team, for putting it together. It will be announced. We're going to be talking about it a lot this upcoming week. If you want to participate, sign up. If you can't, so there's a couple ways you can participate, right? You can either help someone get carried to a key, or you can be the person that brings your key and gets carried and donates a little bit. But everyone, that wants to help, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. So it'll be on the front page. You'll be able to see how to do it. If you have any questions, talk to Henry, and we'll get you involved. So thanks for bringing that up, and I love how you worked in the guild motto there, because that's exactly what it's all about. And I know there are people. There's a number of, at least one that I know that isn't raiding right now because they're involved with stuff. So hearts go out to that. Anything else, Henry?
Nope, that is it.
All right, moving on to the.
Actually, wait a second. I want to quickly add to that, for the back-end side of things. The actual Discord carry groups, if you're planning on actually having your own team basically carrying keys, even if it's just a one-time slot, there is a specific rank in Discord I set up for that, and that's going to be there's already a Discord channel for the carriers, so we can organize a bunch of that. There's going to be more info on that, but it's basically so we don't all suddenly try to carry the same key. So if you're planning on making a team and carrying for no matter how much time, even just 1 hour, contact me so I can get set up there.
Is there going to be a meeting or anything like that you're going to have for people that are going to be doing the carries?
That is actually a good idea. Like I said, I wasn't involved with the planning before, so I'm not sure if that was something that Sin had done, but that's a really, really good idea. Yeah, once I get a better idea of the teams that are signing up, let's see what the date is. We'll plan for next Saturday. we can have a meeting like this, not tomorrow, but the 9th. We'll do a meeting with the teams that have signed up, or if you have interest and you want to come, we can do that as well. Like, we're not going to change like the logistics of what is going to happen. Like, all of this has pretty much been decided and it's already set up, like the donation page and things like that. But yeah, if you need like, help or guidance or whatever about how, to conduct like your key carry group, we can work on that for you. And this doesn't have to be like tied to your team that you're on. Like, you can grab like a couple of your friends, right? That maybe they're not even in EK, and then like create a team. That's fine. The only thing that we do ask is that you have at least one person streaming from the group, because otherwise there's no real point, right? You're just carrying keys for no reason. But yeah, that's the only thing. And we can, there's multiple people who can help you set up like streaming or anything like that. Like, I can help you, Z can help you, Solari, Serenity, any of those people.
Those people.
Thanks again. So be watching the front page for some sort of announcement on that, and get involved in whatever way you can. All right, so moving on to some less exciting stuff. The guild has really grown, and how I structure and facilitate the organizational working parts has needed to change. Up until recently, basically you got a higher rank the more work you were doing in the community. So I promoted people basically because they were doing extra stuff. However, as we've grown, I basically need people that are facilitating things that aren't necessarily teams or team leads, but their job is to kind of just go around and do what I'm doing. So looking to find those people. The King's Court rank as it is now is going to go away for a little bit. It doesn't have any definition to it. Like, there's not like roles and responsibilities and who you're talking to or what you're doing. It's just like, hey, you're having extra responsibilities, so here's a different rank. So the King's Court rank's going to go away. The people that are in King's Court rank, it's not going to be a rank in the guild, and I'm trying to figure out where all this is going to go, but I'm going to basically have like an advisor, and advisor is going to be, and we might actually have an advisor rank. I'm not sure how that'll work out. I'm looking at structure stuff anyway, moving forward. We are going to eventually get rid of the citizen rank in EK, and then the citizens should all be in ENK, so that's going to be something we're working towards as we get the mercenary rank going, which is the people that are ready to raid on a rostered mythic team. Like, they're putting in the effort on their character. But right now, I'm going to be working on, so the King's Court rank will go away for a while, redefining the King's Court rank, giving very specific things, and the King's Court rank is going to be people managers, people that work with other people to organize things. So just to give you an example, a King's Court rank person would be like all the teams that start before 8 o'clock PST, and that King's Court member would manage those people. And there'd be a King's Court raider that would manage, all the guild functions, like, guild events and sponsorship program and recruitment. And so we'd kind of break it off, and each King's Court member would be responsible to kind of oversee and work with and support 3 to 5 REs. And they'd be kind of there'd be like a jurisdiction, right? So basically, it's kind of like the governor of Texas doesn't tell the governor of California how to do things. It'd be that kind of thing, right? So they won't be over the entire guild. They'd be over specific spots, and they'd have specific roles. And to have that rank, it would be required that they're doing those specific roles, right? And so the idea is to be more of a support thing. And then if there's major conflicts or major decisions that need to get made, of course, then I'd get brought in. And hopefully over time, we will find these people, but we will try to cater the specific King's Court rank position around the person and the specific REs they want to be working with. But again, to avoid like conflicts of perceived conflicts of interest, like team leads and stuff like that, aren't going to be eligible, mainly because I don't want a team lead to have to choose between, well, am I going to go help my team out right now, or am I going to help the other 3 REs that are in a conflict out right now, right? So still going to work and fine tune it, but there are going to be some structure changes moving forward. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, you're welcome to talk to me about that. I am, of course, meeting with leadership and discussing some of these things with them. But so you'll see some core King's Court stuff coming out and some reorganization stuff coming out. So don't be afraid of it. It's something we've been talking about actually for quite a long time internally. But bear with us as that transition happens. The next thing up is new heroic teams. So we have 2 new heroic teams. I announced them. It's Nomad, which is the mythic alt team, and Gallant, which is just a team that's a lot for the weekend raiders. It's on a Wednesday, so the weekend raiders that want to do a heroic team, they can do it. But I'll let Ariok and then Anumalek, if you want to plug your team, say the times, anything else you want to let people know about the team, if they're here.
I'm here. Sarah ready? Or should I go first?
No, go ahead.
Well, Gallant, one night team, 8 p.m. to midnight on Wednesdays. Our current plan for it is to just keep progressing with the group we have, to just do sort of semi-hardcore progression to always be bettering ourselves as a raid team over and over as we go throughout the tier.
So your goal is to clear heroic content every week, right? That's kind of.
Yeah. Our goal is essentially just to keep progressing as much as we can throughout it. So we're 8 out of 9 heroic already after 1 week as a named team.
Very nice.
So essentially we may look into Mythic in the future, but that depends on roster stuff. But for now, at least for the near future, the goal is set on Kill Jaden.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else?
If you're interested, contact me. Show up or whatever.
You can put your real ID in general chat if you want, real quick, and then just put your times, your real ID, and say if you're interested, kind of thing. You can link to your like recruitment thing or whatever to your application in the guild if you want. Ariak.
Nomad, like Zaid said, is a Mythic ult team. The purpose of the group is to have ult ready in case of disaster striking your class. Have something ready where you don't have to put in all kinds of work and to get them gear, artifact power, all of that stuff that gearing it all entails, especially if you already have, like the right legendary. So this is a place for, Mythic Raiders that have Mythic progression in EK. They have enough that want to delve into Mythic, nothing too serious, first 3 or 4, something like that. And if anything happens, like me, I have 3 tanks, and I rotate them around on different raids, and I always want an extra one on standby just in case. So that's the idea. If anybody's interested, this is on Sundays, 8:30 Pacific to 11:30. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Thank you both. If you want to get in contact with them, get in contact with them. They already have, thanks to ZBoot, they already have their pages up and going, and like I was just saying to Animelic, you got the post form area where you can actually fill out an application for either of those teams. All right, so moving on, guild meeting times. They're going to start rotating. So, and I'll update this, but the next guild meeting is going to be, so there's a lot of people that can't make this time because it's too late for them. They're East Coasters or whatever, right? We're going to rotate, and I know this is going to make it so some people can't come. It's going to go Friday, the first Friday of the month at 10 o'clock, and then the next month it's going to be the first Sunday of the month at 7 o'clock. So it's going to cut into U's raid time, and it's going to cut into T's raid time. Neither of those teams are required to come to the meetings at all, but at least that way there's not a specific team that can never come to guild meetings. There's not specific people that can never come to guild meetings. Hopefully 90% of the community can hit one of those 2 times, right? So again, 7 o'clock, and I'll update stuff and we'll put it out there, and it'll be in the guild message today and all that. So when you see the next guild meeting, it's actually going to be on the 1st of October, and it's going to be at 7 o'clock, so a little bit earlier, Sunday night. I know that's a work night, but hopefully East Coast people, it's still, it's 10 o'clock. They can stay up for at least the fun parts or whatever. But that's changing. If you have real strong feelings about it, feel free to bring it up. But basically what I did is I looked at the schedule and tried to figure out a meeting time with how many teams we have running. It's pretty difficult, and I don't want to have any team that can never make a meeting, right? So that's what we're doing for now. If it changes, it changes, but we are going to have rotating meetings. So this is the Friday meeting. Next month will be the Sunday meeting. And then of course the month after that. So in November, it'll be the Friday, and then December, so et cetera, et cetera. we still have a help wanted post. We're still looking for specific roles. I'm looking for someone that'll help with guild mergers. I'm looking for someone that will help with banking. I'm looking for someone that will help with the mercenary rank. So there's a number of ways to get involved. Ballista was talking about. So there's a number of people that have talked about stuff. And again, there's a lot of things that you can do and a lot of different ways to get involved. There is a help wanted post. You can check that out. But we're definitely looking for people that want to get more involved. And all I'm asking is do something you love to do, something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy, and how can we fit you best into the community so you can log in every day and enjoy the game a little bit more. And I know some things people will be like, oh, this is extra work, I'd hate it. But don't do something like that, right? Don't feel guilted in. Do it because you want to do it. But we definitely are looking for some more people to get involved. So as you get more familiar with the community, or if you've just been sitting around, you want to get more involved, there's lots of ways to get involved, and we're going to try to keep that help wanted post up to date. But Jessica was just talking about bank stuff too. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that we can. You'd be the one talking at the next guild meeting. Hopefully, I don't know. We need to be a little more proficient. I'd like to keep these things less than an hour, but this one's going to go right at about an hour. So other than that, we have one more announcement from Vondo, but we are going to have a Destiny 2 meeting. So you can stick around on the channel just after Vondo gets done. Wait, is it Vondo?
What is Vondo doing?
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't know your real ID. Who is...
I was wondering the same thing.
Vondo's doing something?
I was like, okay.
All right, so...
Is Vondo singing?
Vondo is a very special
Vondo is going to serenade us.
Vondo's doing Vondo.
Okay,
Leave
so
him alone.
it's someone in real ID. I'm going to find out who this is in a second here. But
It's me.
who is me?
It's Henry.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
We were literally
It's a
talking like
druid.
20 minutes
It's a
ago.
druid. Yeah. Okay. So sorry. It's I do not know your real ID. You just gotta
Wow.
This is my life. I don't. You have a V and you're a druid, so I'm like Vondo. It's Vondo, because that's the way my brain works.
Right.
All right. So sorry, Henry, make your announcement.
Okay. In the midst of this happening, Bonino, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He is offered to. He's going to buy one of the carriers. Basically, we're going to do a raffle. He's going to buy them a brand new DX Racer chair. So that is for the people specifically who participate in doing these key carries for this fundraiser. So one person who participates in this, if you are on a team on that spreadsheet, your name will be put into a raffle, and you will have a chance to win literally a brand new chair. Like I think it's like a $300 chair, and he'll have it mailed to your house, free of charge to you. So thank you so much for that. That's really awesome.
Awesome, and I'm sure you'll see all this information coming up. I do have a question, Henry, and no one's asked it, but can people not in the guild participate?
Yes,
Like
I said
fairs
that.
and stuff. Okay, so I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have friends that aren't on a team, aren't in EK, and they want to be a part of your team, that's fine. And of course, obviously, we're more than willing to carry keys outside of EK. And then, if for some reason that there's not a key in the queue, like in the form queue that Z created, try to get somebody's key from guild chat, or try to pug a key from the actual group finder, just to keep the actual momentum going, so we can keep the streams going for that full 12 hours. I know at least myself and Tara will be streaming for the full 12, but it would be really awesome to see some other teams do that too.
Awesome, that's exciting developments. Okay, Vondo, now you can sing.
Yes.
You gotta now, Vondo.
I know, right?
All right, so I'm going to stop the recording here. But if you have any questions about anything that was covered,